Say, goddamn. You said, all right. I said, let's do a podcast. Let's sit down. Let's get a coffee. Let's just talk about 1, 2, 3, 4. Coffee with the Sam. Got a little podcast. Grab yourself a little coffee and a podcast.
There you go, we're in. And that's where people normally panic. No, we're good. We're good. Welcome to the studio, guys. Now, also where people get panicky too is when I don't do an intro. But I'm like, the podcast's going to sell what an intro would sell. Do you know what I mean? Like people say, oh, I'm going to sit there and I'm going to rub your ego for a bit.
Yeah.
And then you start talking.
Yeah.
It's better just to get into it, right?
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
So welcome to the studio, Steph and Charlie.
Thank you for having us. So we're really excited to be here. Steph was a bit reluctant because she's scared. But hopefully we can pull her through.
It's all right. We have I have a lot of people, even myself. I'm nervous now. I get nervous straight away.
Don't believe you.
When you see me get on stage at FC, I'm nervous. I have to grab the mic to tell myself, "Cool, we're doing this again."
Yeah.
And then I'm like, and then I'm in.
Yeah.
Did you ever get that when you were dancing?
Yeah. Like nerves are like you need them. I think if you're going to do a good job.
It means you care.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're not nervous, you're honestly the amount of times I've had dancers go on and they haven't been nervous and they mess up.
Yeah, because they're too relaxed.
Too relaxed.
And it's not they don't care, but they're too relaxed to be thinking really in the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You got to be on edge. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly how I am right now.
Yeah.
I'm usually behind the scenes.
Yeah, you are.
This is not my
Well,
thing.
you look more relaxed than both of us. So.
So I'm just going to sit here and
The
listen.
dudes normally go like this. Oh, the camera's right.
I
Okay,
know.
cool. Yeah.
I know.
Belly's not out. That's fine.
Breathing in.
There we go. Yeah.
Breathing in.
Neil's the worst. If you ever watched the Freezer Party podcast, he's a nightmare. You sit here having a laugh. As soon as he hears the intro, he's like,
Correct himself.
he just panics. Like,
It
Neil,
is.
chill out, man. Like,
Yeah.
there's no one here. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, thanks for joining me. And for people who don't know, and if you are listening or watching on the audio, Charlie Bedford is ex-dancer, but you still do dance. So you try and tell me you're not a dancer still. But ex-dancer, co-owner of Angels Dance Academy, and his wife, Stephanie Bedford, is the brains behind the business of ADA. And we've got you here today. I want to talk a lot about, obviously, where it all started to where it is, because it's quite funny because I have to watch what I'm saying here so I don't sound like too much of a fanboy, but as a cheerleader, not in the dance industry, you always have those teams to watch, same as dance industry. Outside of the cheer industry, you have the teams to watch, and was a massive fan to then obviously how business and work's gone. We've ended up getting to know each other that way instead of outside of it. So it's actually, I don't really know much about the pair of you, just that you're very highly respected in the cheer and dance industry, and Angels are on the way up with the cheer teams too, right?
Yeah, getting better.
It's amazing.
Yeah. We've put a bit of work into that, like in regards to just getting it. The problem is the dance always overshadows it slightly because of we were on a, what's the word? We had a bit of a head start with dance, so. But cheer's doing brilliant. Michelle's doing some incredible things there.
Yeah, we've had a revamp this season.
Yeah.
Last season was our most successful.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully it just continues to get better and better.
Yeah.
Misha's focused. She's ready.
She's wicked as well. She's a wicked coach. And it's just, like I said, it's a lot of people join the academy to initially dance because they hear of Dark Angels, hear of all our worlds and all the achievements and stuff. So, and then the amount of times we go to competitions and people don't know that we cheer, and then who are in the dance side of things. So it's nice that side of it's on the up, definitely. Yeah,
it's nice as well because obviously you guys, it's all your program. So it's horrible for you to think that it's in a shadow as such. Yeah. But it's a bloody big shadow.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you can't really help it. You can't stop it.
Yeah, and we know that, and we completely respect that. It's not like oh god, cheers in the shadow. We know why. We know why because Dark Angels become this real big thing, and our cheer just needs to grow, needs to work. It's with anything, isn't it? We just need to really. I think with Misha and all the coaches, they've been really focused and really working on how to better ourselves. How to cheer is crazy. I know nothing about cheer, absolutely nothing. It's a minefield.
I don't know. I think though with your creativity with your dance, I think if you got involved, not just with the dance side of cheer, but how your brain works. Like we've had conversations about choreography, and I'm not a massive choreographer, but I'm into like crazy planning, and I used to have my own like gymnastics acrobatics team, and that was the bit of it I enjoyed.
Yeah.
I think if you got involved in that side of cheer, you could create something new. Like,
well, I think yeah, probably, but I can't watch it without feeling sick. It scares me to death. It scares me, mate. I watch every and I am I go and watch them Worlds rounds. Cov, Unity. Don't want to miss anyone, but like all them top teams. But like when we go in and watch them teams, all the I love it, and it's like all out action, but like I'm slightly worried all the way through it. I watch my little girl Beatrice. She dances and cheers. She flipping loves cheer.
Say she prefers it.
No, she wouldn't.
Probably would.
She loves cheer. I know. I don't think she would. But when I watch her,
no, you won't.
yeah. But when I watch it, I'm like, oh my god, don't drop her, don't. But yeah, it is an amazing sport. I've got so much respect for it.
It works so different to dance. So we've got a program that do both, and it is two different ball games.
Yeah.
They've got so many hurdles in cheer compared to we do in dance.
I don't know though. Like I'll tell you now, my hardest part of my whole cheer routine was my, let's say, maybe 6, 8 counts of dance.
Yeah.
To remember, I could get around a cheer mat like a map, like
yeah.
Yeah, that was testament to the choreographers who would give you that perfect map where no one was in the way, and you would call it like a cheer mat. But get to dance, oh my god, that took me longer to learn than it would the rest of there were 2 minutes 15 seconds. Yeah. So like dance, trying to do a 2.5 minute routine, I get halfway through one of yours, and I'm like, how have they remembered what's next?
Yeah, I think the difference is with cheer and dance. Cheer is very much broken up throughout the routine, so there's lots of parts and sections, and there's and this speaking from an uneducated mind that slightly knows a bit about it, but with dance, it's like, especially at world level, it's just start and you do not finish until the music stops. Do you know what I mean? So it's just that all out.
It's a lot to remember.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
There's no breaks, no breathing.
Yeah.
Maybe you crouch a bit at the back to go somewhere else, but that's about it. Like,
not in my routines, mate.
Yeah, well, I did see that, and we'll get into that of how much of a harsh coach you really are. And I think that was really good. We'll go straight into it. When you were on the E4 show, that you didn't sugarcoat, and they didn't make you sugarcoat, but you didn't change who you are, and I thought that was really a testament to yourself, really, because a lot of people would have, I want everyone to think I'm a nice coach or that I'm not an arsehole.
A lot of our friends that when we were talking about it, they were like, oh, are you not worried people are going to really dislike you? But from the offset, when they approached us, we just said, you can film what we do. We're not going to change anything because, as you know, seasons, they can't stop for anybody. So I know the other side of how Charlie is, so I'm not worried if people initially think he's a bit of a
dick.
Obviously, I can't swear.
You can. You swear what you want.
Dick.
You swear what you want.
Yeah.
It's a podcast. We're not rated by the BBC here, or ITV. We do what we want.
Dick's being nice.
Yeah. Because I know his intentions behind everything.
I think with it, when we first started filming, it was like we had to do like an 11-minute tester, so they had to get commissioned. So they had to get commissioned. So they had to do like a quick snapshot of what the docuseries would be about, and they filmed me, and they were like, Maya, the director of it, she was incredible, but she was like, you need just. I was like, I really want to be myself. She was like, no, be yourself. It went into the kind of place where they all like get commissioned, and they absolutely loved who I was and how I taught. And it was something that I know that a lot of people will watch it and just generally think I'm a dick, and that's fine. But I think anyone that is in any type of competitive environment will absolutely understand it and know that everything that I do within the studio, nothing's personal. It's just about getting from A to B. So it's about making sure that our sets are the best they could possibly be. And if that means me pulling someone in the middle of my routine and going, you're not good enough to be here. If I keep you in my routine, we won't achieve what we should be achieving. Then so be it. That's just a competitive mindset. We're not going to dance in front of an audience where people are just going to cheer and go, yeah, well done. We're dancing in front of judges that want to see us make mistakes and want to judge us down. Do you know what I mean? So that was why I'm okay with it. And like, I even bump into people now. I went away the other week. I went to Ibiza. I think you saw me go away. It was quite nice.
Everybody did.
I think everyone saw it. But one of my mates said like,
It's the only time you're ever on Instagram.
yeah, that's it, mate.
It's when you're away.
That's it. Everyone's like, what do you do for the rest of your life? Oh, wait and see next year. But a mate of mine was like, my wife really like just didn't really like you.
I wonder where you were going with that then. I really wondered where you were going with that. I was like, Charlie,
Just didn't really like you, and then realised at the end she actually, oh yeah, I get it now. But like I said, I think there's going to be a lot of people that generally just don't like me.
Yeah,
and that's fine.
I think if they're going to be like that in the dance and cheer industry, I think that will come from because you're so nice in the cheer and dance industry.
Mm.
So then if you've never been in the gym with you,
Yeah.
well, he's putting that on. So
Yeah,
then they've
yeah.
got in their head, they're like, well, he's lying.
Yeah.
And then the other side, the other 50% will be like, well, you don't need to be like that to get to where you're going. But when you've been influenced by the coaches and the people that you've been influenced by to do what you're doing, the ones that are probably moaning about that and don't like you have probably never won even a national championship, let alone 4 golds. Plus the others you've won in the past. And I think that was one thing that I learned. Obviously, we're not here to talk about me, but one thing I learned about being in America, they're so cutthroat for what they want. And I got asked by the coaches, like my last day was like, well, what would you take, one thing you would take away from this? And I said that you guys were so ruthless in your goal for success, on your path for success. Because I'd seen them pull people into the gym, like you say, not even tell them that day. They come in all happy. Yeah, cool, you're off the mat, putting someone else on. And they told me many a times, do you want to go home? We'll just send you home. And I wasn't used to that.
No.
As an English athlete, I was like, ooh, stop me. That's shouting me.
Horrible.
So I think, tell me if I'm wrong, but I'd say that's, you've been influenced by coaches like that because that's who you've looked up to.
Yeah. Well, I had no mentors growing up because there was nothing around in Bristol or anything like that. But like I took it from I always played football. I took it from a mentality of like, from the mental mindset of like footballers and football managers, and like I'm a huge Man United fan. I know I'm from Bristol, but I'm a huge Man United fan, and I idolise Sir Alex Ferguson.
Sorry, man, you got 2 glory hunters here.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
You're in the right studio here, mate.
I'm alright. I'm safe. But just how Alex Ferguson was, listen, being nice don't win you stuff, and it is, and we're all out. If you're a coach, choreographer, if you're in a team, you want to be in a team because you know your team can win. You want to be a coach because you want to win. And if that means being, not nice to be around in the studio, that's fine. We even even some of our closest friends are like, is Charlie like that in the studio? Because it isn't like me. You can't be yourself, because if I'm myself in the studio, I'm going to be too nice. I have to completely switch off.
Do you walk into parties and stuff now and people go quiet?
No. I just think like
didn't know he got this bad side to him. He might shout at us.
Yeah, well, people are just surprised with it because it is a different. Listen, we all go to work and we switch on and we turn into someone else. I think we have to sometimes, and I think within coaching and you're mentoring some like my athletes are incredible. Like they've got more talent in their finger than I got. They're incredible. So I need to make sure I'm getting the best out of them. Otherwise, I'm not doing my job. And if that means me being a dick for an hour and a half or 2 hours or 4 or 6, how many hours a week, then I'm fine with that, because actually the process is tough, but the reward's amazing and it's worth it.
Do you guys work as like a 50-50 like that? So if he's bringing that fire, you're bringing the nurture side, or have you got a nurturing side as well?
Charlie's really good at that. I think that he might come across as not approachable, but actually he's probably softer than I am. Because I'm ultimately there to run in the background, so I'm there also to protect him. Yeah. So I don't know. I can be nurturing. Like they would come to me probably before they'd come to Charlie. Parents would come to me before Charlie.
Yeah.
Because
parents don't talk to me. Parents don't talk.
Point of contact as such.
It's best that way.
But I think actually he's really good at dealing with predominantly females as well with our team. We've only got two males in dart now. Yeah. But we've done it for such a long time that I do feel like it's a bit of a team.
Yeah, it's important for the athletes to feel safe as well. So it's harsh, and all my dancers know that nothing's personal and it's harsh. And I said, like, if you ain't going home and slagging me off to your parents, I'm not doing my job properly. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you ain't,
that was the eye opener for some of the parents watching the documentary. They're like, no wonder they're coming home crying every night.
Yeah. But like, but also there's a side where I'm like, listen, if you need to talk, my office is there. Let's come have a chat. And I completely I mellow out. We're at the studio. But when say we've got an hour and a half session, I've got to get my stuff done. I've got to, you know, so I haven't got time for anything.
I also think with then you back it up. Like, there are a lot of coaches out there you see on your grassroots teams trying to be like you. Then and like, well, you need to make them strong from the beginning. I get that, but it ain't gonna work.
No.
Where you're at is that level of you can do that.
Yeah.
And I think you also, what you've done speaks for. Do you know what I mean? Like, if some coaches just shout and you're like, well, no, actually teach the kids.
But it's also levels. I mean, you know, I'm not going into my little junior or my youth teams and, you know, I'm telling them they're brilliant. To be fair, I don't really teach the young ones anymore. I keep away from the young ones at the moment. Well, not so much.
Well, you've just took on B's
yeah,
team,
I just took on my little girls team, so she gets it. But I mean,
too much of a big thing now, aren't you, Charlie?
Too
much of a big thing now. They have to save
no,
you.
I just haven't got time.
Have to save you.
But like you
are two different coaches though.
Yeah, you have to
adapt.
you have to do that. You can't treat, like, you know, we've got so many. What's amazing about our academy, it's open. Like, anyone can join it. There's obviously levels, and there's you know, you can go to absolute world level, but you can come an hour a week and just have fun and dance. And that's so important, and you need to be able, as a coach, to be able to switch off. I can't treat like an open beginner class like you would at World, because actually some kids just want to come and dance for an hour. They don't want to be the best.
Yeah.
They just want to come, have fun, dance in front of a mirror, and just vibe, you know. And I think that's maybe sometimes people can get, you know, stuck and think that's the right thing to do. It's took me years. I've completely evolved as a coach. So I was completely different 2018 and pre that to now. You know, I've learned some harsh lessons, and, you know, I've grown as a coach, and I still get things wrong. You've got to. No one's perfect. You just learn as you go. You know,
Perfect's not a thing.
No, there's no such thing. There is no such thing.
Perfect's not a thing.
But you can give it a good go.
So we've gone straight into the deep end with success and the show and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But who are the Bedfords? Why dance? How dance? And why the Bedfords? Where did they come from?
Snapshot. Right. Okay. So we met when Steph was 16. I was 17. I was doing drama at the time. There was no dance for me to do. I used to do like freestyling stuff. I used to go and like in town and used to have some battles and stuff. But like it was nothing. It was nothing major.
If it weren't for those freestyles, babes, you might not have been married.
Well, that's it. So I met Steph because I could dance. So
you picked her up.
Yeah. Picked her up with the moves, mate.
Oh,
Do you know what I mean?
yes.
It definitely wasn't the boat race,
Boy,
put it that way. So
this should be made into a movie. Stop the documentary about ABA.
Right? I know. And yeah, met Steph, and then we've just been inseparable since. And then she's a massive influence in regards to a push in me believing I could do it as well, because I was self-taught. I wasn't sure I was good enough, and we used to go to competitions and stuff, and I just be like, get spanked everywhere we went, because, you know, I was learning on the job. And then, you know, I took over a dance group when I was about 17. I think I was 17, 18, 17. I had about 12, 13 dancers, and just started teaching, and it evolved from there, really. Steph wasn't a big part of the...
I wasn't part of it then.
Because it was a club then. It was like a little club. And like,
you took it over from your mum, didn't you?
Yeah.
And then Michelle danced for Tracy as well. And then you just both took it on at that point, didn't you?
Yeah, and we just...
Michelle predominantly the cheerleading.
Yeah, me the dance, yeah.
Charlie the hip hop.
So there's the three of you
yes.
that own ADA.
Yeah.
Charlie and Michelle, and then I just do
the business side.
Everything else.
Side.
Yeah.
Everything else.
She kind of
let them be creative.
Yeah, Steph kind of just tells us what we can and can't do, really. So it's quite cool. We can
you need that.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why me and Alex are so like.
Yeah.
I'm like, babe, this is my idea, and she says, maybe not.
Yeah,
or she says, go for it.
Yeah.
And you need that, because then you'll get into a cap then where it's like, because if you didn't and you panicked yourself down here without Steph saying, go on then, you'd be stuck at that mediocre level again all the time.
And that goes back to when we first met and I started dancing and stuff. It was always her opinion that it mattered to me. I mean, it was always kind of, because I know it's coming from a real place. My mum thinks I'm the best looking person in the world. Now, you know, she's not far wrong, but, you know, it's not 100% accurate. You know, she'd think I'm brilliant if I was rubbish. Do you know what I mean? That's what mums do. They just
Yeah.
think you're great.
Whereas Steph would tell you.
Steph would tell me. So it
Was
was
she the
like,
one that told you to stop dancing?
yeah.
Maybe this is your last year.
Yeah.
I can hear your knees over the music.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, and then when it got bigger, Steph took on her first full-time job to pay for Worlds. We got our first Worlds bid in 2006.
Mate, if I ever make enough money, I'm turning this into a movie.
We were both in college.
It's got street
it's-
dance 3D.
Yeah,
all
it
over
has.
it.
It actually has.
Future Cheer give us the best, the first bid.
The first ever
with
bid,
dart.
yeah,
We didn't even
for
know
dance.
what it was at that point.
We didn't know
were
what it
like,
was. They said you're going to Florida. I was like, what?
And I was like, I haven't got a job, so
No.
I started temping to get a job, and then they just took me on, and I'm still in that same job.
At NatWest.
15 years
Pup,
later.
pup.
That's amazing. So if I ever make enough, I'm going to do this. You should be pitching this
Who would-
to E4 after
Who would
the
play me?
documentary.
Who would play me?
Yeah, who
Ryan
would you have
Reynolds,
play
babe.
you?
Ryan Reynolds.
Or Channing.
He's a bit older than me. I'll
Channing.
take Channing. I'll take Channing.
Yeah, I think I think you could get the what we go back to what we've just talked about, the 50-50. I think you'd get that from him. Ryan Reynolds, I don't think you'd get an angry side from him.
No,
You wouldn't
Channing
get an
you
angry
could.
side from him.
He's
Yeah.
got the moves as well.
He'd look good in a Joker costume as
He
well.
would, yeah.
That's old school.
That is old school. You're taking it back.
I think that was
Brings
probably
it
my.
back every Halloween though.
Yeah, I do. I've got a jacket, man. That purple
It's a bit
jacket is
tight
so
now.
freaking heavy. It stands up on its own.
Bit
Can't
tight
believe
now though.
Rude.
Oh, I have been going gym. Do you know what I mean? I've been bulking. It's bulking season, mate. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it is a bit tight, thanks, mate. I was a lot slimmer then, tell you.
You have those routines though. When I was saying that I was a bit of a fangirl, you have those routines that you go, oh, I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
And that was where I was like, who are these guys? Because
Mm.
I'd never watched dance.
No.
I'd just done cheer and left.
Yeah.
I'd never ever watched the dance. Same as I know we're going to talk about something foreign to some people, but Purbeck and Windsor.
Yeah.
I don't think I've been in Purbeck for about 5 years of going to national. I didn't even
No.
know there was another hall.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
So then finding like that, seeing that routine was like, oh, this is like, it's not just dance. This
It's
is
alright.
theatrical. It's
Yeah.
it's fun to watch, which
Mm.
I think all your routines are like that. Like we have the storylines and,
Yeah.
and you have the characters, and it's
Mhm.
not just dance, which obviously you guys are going, it's not just dance. Well, for someone looking who doesn't know what dance judges, how it's
Mm.
like, it's extra bits than just a routine.
Yeah.
Which I think it's just so much nicer to watch. And
Yeah,
more
I think
exciting to
so. I
watch.
think especially for people that don't really love dance, should I say? It's nice. It's nice for them to sit back and just relax and enjoy the story. But yeah,
So, you were saying before we came on here that you were from a rough part of from Bristol. Obviously, if you guys haven't noticed yet, some of our American listeners, their accents are Bristolian.
Bit broad.
Obviously, I don't want you throwing shade on your area, but what was that
No.
like, wanting to do drama and dance
yeah.
in a rough area as
Mm.
a male? How many years ago?
Not that long ago, mate. No, how many years ago was it? Flipping out. We're
Like
talking.
20?
Yeah, 20 years
The
ago.
reason
Yeah.
why I asked the question is, you do that now.
Yeah.
It don't matter of where you're from, really.
No.
You'd have 2 or 3 people that would accept whatever you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas 10, 15 years ago, I know 15 years ago when I started cheerleading,
Yeah.
it wasn't accepted.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. I love where I'm from. I'm proud of it. Like Knoll West is an amazing place. It's an amazing community.
Surprised you didn't have a gang sign to throw up or something then.
KWST, mate. No, but I'm proud. I'm proud of where I'm from. Is an amazing community, but it is a troubled area. It was tough. It was tough, kind of wanting to do art, kind of artsy stuff, because it wasn't the norm. So you, like I said, you leave school, you get a trade. That's it. Like, or you work for your dad, or you're on a building site. It was, and my dad's a still erector. You know what I mean? He just building sites. It was like, no, like, if you dance, you're gay. That was it. Like, where I was from, that's all I got. Oh, you must be gay. My brother's like, he's like, gay boy. You're a gay boy. Billy Elliot, like, he used to just, yeah, and there was no malice in it. It was just like them kind of, joking, chucking it at me. But like, I was thick-skinned. It was fine. I was the youngest kid in a street where there was like, say I was like 6. Everyone else was 2 years older than me, and then up. And I used to play football in a park with them, get kicked around all the time. I was a little git though, so it was all right. So like, I probably deserved most of it. So I was thick-skinned. It didn't ever bother me. I was like, and my mum was really good. Like, she was always like, you're really talented. Like, you should really push on it. And I didn't ever really take it in. And then my dad told me one day, and he doesn't say anything. Like, he's literally, and he was like, you will not ever go on a building site. He said, you've got too much talent to come on a building site. He said, you need to push at what you're doing, whether it's dance or drama, and that stuck with me forever, really. And that's that, like.
So basically, you said you would never work for him.
Yeah,
So
because my dad had his own like still erecting business at the time when we were kids. He was just building it up. So like it was like he was away all the time, away working all the time. My mum had to bring 3 of us up on her own. It was tough, but he was like, "You ain't working on a bill." So my brother was like, "I'm going to work for my dad," and I was like, "My dad was like, you ain't working for me. You can do more." And we did, and then we built this business now, in which we're really proud of, aren't we?
Do you think that is a male back in those, we say those times, but the world has moved very fastly
Massively.
in the last 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
A male being told that by their dad, do you think that's one of the keys to your success now and how you are now?
Absolutely. I mean, being told by my dad, like he is, when it's like old school man's man, like, it's like being told that, him saying that to me was huge. The fact that I can remember it, like I can remember it.
It's your acceptance, isn't it?
It's like him going, "No, I like you doing that." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He never had it before. Like, my mum would tell me I was brilliant. "Oh yeah, you should do that. Look at this." My dad was like just quiet on everything, like, and then when he said that, it was like, "Do you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it." And it was my dad, who's from a completely different world. He was born in the 50s. Do you know what I mean? Like, and for him to go, "No, my son, go and dance, go and sing, go and act, do whatever." It was
He is a
huge.
triple threat, by the way.
Oh yeah.
You didn't know.
Yeah, I used to sing. I used to be in a band.
So what are you going to sing for?
That flipping, absolutely nothing. I stopped singing. Do you want to know why? Because it's the scariest thing in the world.
That's one thing I wish I could do.
Same.
There's one thing I wish I could do. I wish I could sing.
Yeah, no, it's not all.
Because I'd be in musicals.
Yeah, you actually would.
100%.
Yeah.
Charlie's still waiting to be Barnum.
I want to be Barnum. I want to be in Greatest Showman.
I'd be what's his name?
Zach.
Who's the little dude? What's his
You
name?
beat me to it. I don't know. I can't remember his name.
What's his name?
We'll call him Sam for now.
Oh, that's gonna kill me now.
Little soul.
Yeah, watching Josh that I had on the podcast, who was is a choir man professional.
Yeah.
On stage, watching him sing at my live show I did the other
Crazy.
month. I was just like in awe.
In awe,
Like,
yeah.
And he turned up. He's like, "I'm poorly," and he just sang.
It's amazing.
He
Isn't
was
it?
sweating in the rehearsals, and he didn't even try. He just stood there, and I was like, "Do you know?" And
Wow.
someone's just got it, and he just looked at me like, "Is that all right?" And I was like, "Is that all right?
Yeah,
If that was the show right now, that'd be 10 times. That'd be fine for me, mate." Like,
Yeah.
And as I wish that's one thing I wish I could do is sing.
Yeah.
Like 100%. You should be in a band.
Yeah.
So
I
wait,
sang at Glastonbury. Yeah. I did. I know.
What type of band? Like a boy band?
It
like
was
a
it was a soul band.
Oh, okay.
It was a soul band. It was kind of soul band. It kind of got pulled together, and like we were called Soul Park. And
Can I find it on YouTube?
no, you
Really?
cannot.
No.
Thank.
I got a CD I could send you.
Yeah, I'm in. And we'll play it at the end of an episode.
This is why I hate talking about it, because it's such a weird thing with singing. You're so conscious of it, like you just feel like you're not good enough. That's how I always felt with singing and stuff. And I joined the band. We did it like, I think I was in it for like, it wasn't long. It was like 6 months for training, like just in regards to getting ready for Glastonbury. We performed on Left Field stage, and yeah, it was one of the most scariest things I've ever done. The stage was packed because it was absolute torrential rain, and everyone had to come in the tent. People weren't there to watch me.
Yeah.
Trust me, they were there because it was pissing down in
Yeah.
rain. And yeah, I sang, and it was an amazing experience. But like, yeah, I just didn't really enjoy singing.
Were you guys together at the time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to pick him up because he hated Glastonbury.
I was
so
18, I
much.
think. I was 18, and you dropped me. You had a little green Fiat Punto, didn't you? I don't know how it got there and back.
See, this could
actually.
be in the movie as well. Like they
He
could all
basically
they
rang
struggles.
me like,
They-
I just need to. I got to get out of here.
I had one bar. Remember the Nokias?
yeah.
I had I think it was a 3210, and I had like one bar. 18 I was. This is how times have moved on. There was no smartphones, and there was no like
Snake.
there was no chargers. There was no like chargers you could take. So I had like one bar left. I was like, I either let this bar go down, I have to stay there an extra 2 days because we're only performing on a Friday night, or I ring her and I go. And that's
So
it.
even back then, when was that? What?
I was 18, so 2006.
Even 2006, you were even too Mr. Big Time for Glastonbury.
Yeah. Wow.
You're like, Steph, I can't be.
Yeah, I
this.
can't do this.
I'm
I was
too
like,
big for this.
It's too dirty.
This year was a bit different. It was our first proper Glastonbury experience this year.
Yeah, we
It was
performed there this year,
amazing.
which was amazing. So
Not sang though.
not
no?
sang. No,
No,
I
you
did sing.
danced.
Yeah, you danced. But
That's
no, that
just
was
for the
good.
car now, innit?
Yeah,
Singing.
just for song. Hit every note today. Don't run away.
That's wicked though. This is why I do. This is why we would never have found that out if we were sat in a pub. Not a chance.
You never would have found it out if I wasn't sat here either.
No, I would have.
I'm glad you came in.
Yeah.
Yes, because I'm gonna get him to sing for me at some point in my life
Yeah.
before we pass.
Yeah.
I want to hear a soul song from you, man.
All right, mate.
Like I'll go to we go to Jam House in Birmingham. You should come. You should come down. We'll go to Jam House.
All right, mate.
You
What's
into
that
that type of
open
music?
mic? What's that open mic?
Some nights they'll have open mic and then they'll have a band on, but they'll have like a 10-piece,
Oh yeah.
and then they'll have. I don't know. You can have from your X Factor people that have done soul on there. Or
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
To,
Yeah.
That's
but
it
it's-
sang on Glastonbury last year.
I mean, don't get much bigger than that. Well, it does. Pyramid.
That'll say again. I'm going to talk about it again. Do you think that part of your life though is something that adds into where you guys are now?
Yeah. I think like with everything that we've just pretty much gone for everything. We said the other day, like we've been together longer than we were alive before we met. That's crazy, isn't it? Like,
Oh, it's beautiful.
it's crazy. So we've been through more stuff together than when we didn't know each other. So actually, like everything we've created, everything we've built has been together. So, you know, we can look back at moments in time and we can really appreciate how well the academy's doing as a whole, what a beautiful life we have, what amazing kids we got, and you know, yeah, those stories are amazing to tell and like to look back on.
What did that? I know you probably can't. I know we're here to talk about dance, but I'm really intrigued now. Like feeling like you're on Glastonbury, you think you're doing what you want to do for the rest of your life,
Yeah.
and you're right at that moment, like, well, no, this is not what I want to do.
Yeah, no, and do you know what? That was probably the moment I did think I'm never going to sing again. I think it was.
Everyone else enjoyed you singing, bar you.
Yeah.
So everyone would be like, "Get up, Char, go and
Like,
sing."
So I
sing."
wouldn't sing it at karaoke or anything like that. No way.
Yeah.
Like I just wouldn't.
Whereas like I am obsessed with them singing, so I'm like that. Can we just record it just for the kids for when they're older? It's literally just car singing.
And it is strange because at that time I wanted to be an actor. So I was studying drama and stuff. So I wanted to be an actor. Obviously my accent would have held me back massively.
No, you could have thrown an English, American by now. If you're an actor, you could get them all
Terrible
out.
accents.
But yeah, so
Give us your best American accent.
I can do like a California, like, are you waiting for the cue also? Is that right?
That's not. I wouldn't say mine would be any better. So, but that was really strange watching that come out of your face.
I mean, I was like totally like my blonde girl. Why do I do a female accent? I can't do an American.
Because you've been around far too many American females.
Exactly, that was bad. But yeah, I wanted to be an actor, so it was like weird. Yeah, that's a really good point actually. Like getting to a point of them being like, nah, this ain't gonna work. All right, what should I do now?
It must have been weird.
Yeah, it was. It was.
There was no point before you actually started teaching dance that you thought you'd be a dancer.
No, absolutely not. Because I just thought it was like a trick, like a little, like little
Freestyle.
party trick. Like I can dance.
Usher used to come on and we'd be like, go,
and
Char, go.
Usher is the reason I dance as well because he was just.
Yeah, around that time, you're looking. Is it Usher? Neo was dancing.
I think Usher was a bit before. I think I was like on My Way album 8701. It was, from the age of 15, 14 to like 17, that it was just Usher. And Neo wasn't about quite then, and I wasn't a fan of Neo. So
You're a bit older than me, are you?
a bit older than you, yeah, just a bit. But yeah, so yeah, it's weird. I would have never thought I would have been a dancer, never, ever.
But that's still pretty cool though to be able to have that moment to go, I'm not going to force this. Like this literally isn't for me.
Just to have the time and just to not be pulled into like the norm of what you have to do, like I'm not from a family that go to universities and stuff, but I was in a time where it was like you have to go to university, you finish school, you have to go to university, you have to do this. The crazy thing is I left college, so I did my like A-levels, then 2 years of that.
I didn't even do them.
No, well, yeah, but that's what I mean. So, and I fell it, and then someone offered me a job in like a school where it's like for like either naughty kids or kids that struggle at home, to be a 1-to-1 dance teacher with a small Jamaican lad come over at 14. He's been shot, he was stabbed, he was from like an area of like mad deprivation. It was crazy, and like he couldn't really, his his language and anything. He couldn't really understand the culture over here. So I was like a learning support for like a young Jamaican lad for like 2 years. Just fell into the job from like 17 to 19. Amazing experience. And then I got into teaching. Then during that, we're doing dance, and then we won Worlds in 2008. And then I get approached by Performing Arts School, and they want me to be a full-time dance teacher at their school. I didn't get my maths and English. I literally, I did really well.
Just left there and then.
Yeah. So and then I went there, and then
this movie is selling itself, man. I should be typing this down. Like.
And then I fell into teaching, and then suddenly I'm in a secondary school, and then I was ahead of year. And you know, for 9 years I taught in a school, and on top of that we ran the academy out of the school. But like I was sat, you know, when it's like imposter syndrome, I was like, what the fuck am I doing here? But I was doing all right.
In your interview, you were like that. I'll take the job if you bring my mum and Michelle.
Yeah,
with me.
I was like, that's what I did. So they were in the interview. This is how naive I was. This is how stupid I was. But it was good because it worked. But like I went in, they were like, we want you to run the educational dance course. We want you to be the head of it. We want you to do it. And I was just sat there, and I've taught like 2 years. And then with education, I was like, I don't know where. I was like, I don't know what I'll be doing if I'm teaching. I'll be all over the place. And I was like, well, I'll come if you give Michelle a full-time job as well, and my mum. And they were like, yeah, right.
And you got away with it.
I got 3 full-time jobs. I walked in, and
mate.
then 9 years later, we're still there.
Problem is though, it's testament. There are some people that can see. I'm not saying like the right thing in people, but you may be having that audacity to ask that question.
Yeah, I know.
The right person would go,
I would never do that now.
He's got.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. I was just like, I think I was young and a bit dumb, and it was just like, yeah, well, because you don't really realise that they're offering you a job which is a full-time wage. It was only on a year contract, so they could get rid of us after a year if it didn't work. But they were like taken back, and we were like, okay, and they were writing down. They were like, okay, we'll do that, and I was like, okay, and I wasn't even bothered. I was like, yeah, cool, yeah, Mish, you got a job. Like I wasn't even like now I'd be like, you never guess what I just managed to do. I got you and me a job. No, I was like, yeah, Mish, I got you a job. Like, oh yeah, Mum, I got you one as well. You can work with some of the kids that don't get on very well in class. And she's like, it's crazy.
But that I seeing from an outside perspective again as well, I think that's why the whole shouty Charlie people can't believe, or they think it's an act, or why you've been so successful is because that's humble, mate. That's just being humble. Like. Not being like, come on, then say thank you for me getting you a full-time job. It's just like, oh, I got you a job, and I said I was going to take you with me if I was going to do well. Or
I think the way that it is a family-run business.
Yeah.
And we've done it from nothing. So Charlie and Michelle, Tracy, me, we've all done it like voluntary.
For years.
We did it just for the love of it. And what people can't believe
that's when
is
it works, though.
Yeah.
But all of us had a full-time job on top of running ADA. So I know a lot of academies, that is their full-time job. It has literally been since 2017 that it's become a business.
Yeah.
Before that, we were working 9 to 5.
We've been running since 2006.
Yeah, 9 to 5, and then we'd finish and we'd go straight into ADA. Like, we were exhausted.
Oh, yeah, for 9 years, from about 23, well, about 8 years, I think it was, 22, 23 till about 30.
So we've
I used to get in
from,
school.
Like, the bottom.
I used to get in school 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. I used to finish the day at 4. Classes start at 5, and then I went finish to 9:30, and that was like 5 days a week for about
Too long.
But you couldn't imagine doing that now, no?
Oh my god, I can't do 2 hours work now. Do you know what I mean? So yeah,
it's a big time.
Yeah, now I've worked too hard for that.
So what's that like? Because you still got a full-time job, right?
No.
I work 2 days at the bank.
Call it work.
No.
Just don't really work.
Oh my god, they're going to kick off, guys.
No.
It's going to kick off.
Nat West, I'm just letting you all
Kick
know, she does a lot of Angels work during Nat West time.
Oh no.
They all know it.
Oh no.
They all know it. But
Oh,
yeah,
no.
I do 2 days and then
Should we tell them you're waiting for
ADA.
redundancy as well?
Tara, can you not?
No? Okay. You've been there a long time, haven't you?
Long time.
Good
Too long.
payout. It's going to be a good payout.
So yeah, I do 2 days.
Gonna lose this episode. Steph's gonna text me and say,
I'm
"Sam,
gonna get
you can't put this out, mate." So we only get about 40 downloads. This is why.
Yeah.
Honesty, mate. Honesty. It's all right.
So what's that like? They've been running the business side of things, especially since the show too. Has things gone mad, or has it been different to what you expected?
Yeah.
Like,
I think since we moved, in a nutshell, we moved premises and took a risk on opening our own gym, and from that minute it's just gone like shot up.
that risk of like getting your own premises and then realizing how much money it costs to have it on your own premises.
Scary.
We went to Cuba, right, for 2 weeks. We didn't have no intention of getting.
Michelle came with us.
Yeah.
My parents, his parents. There was no one.
And we had to
left at
open
home.
like 2 weeks after.
We had to convert it from.
Convert.
They'd made aeroplane parts into a dance studio in 2 weeks because we couldn't afford not to open ADA.
Should we talk about what you did as well? Should we talk about the mistakes you made, or should we not?
Probably not.
No.
Please don't throw her under the bus anymore.
No, we got some
Charlie.
good stories though. It's good stories.
I know, but I don't want to be the you know this perfect relationship
I
we've got,
reckon-
guys.
I reckon we should tell the
We got
story
through
because it's
it.
really good.
Fine.
Should I tell the story? It's really
Yeah.
good. So we've opened our gym. So I've had sleepless nights. Obviously, Steph's had sleepless nights. Michelle had sleepless nights. Wow, all this money we're gonna have to pay monthly now. Wow, this building costs dough. First week of being open, right? We've got no what is it?
No system for subs. It was cash
It was all cash, right? So everyone's given cash first week.
and comp fees.
And comp fees. And also I found out, Sam, that what happened wasn't a true story. But anyway, we'll get to that. So basically what happened was we took all first weeks of lots of money. Steph takes the money. She goes out to the car.
I've got 2 children with me, by the way.
Oh, not an excuse.
2
She
babies.
puts the money on top of her car.
Did it
But
blow off?
She drives off with the money on top of the car. It falls off the roof. It's never seen again. Thousands of pounds.
That was our first week of opening.
Thousands of pounds, Sam. Which she lied to me and told me it was less than it was, right?
Oh, yeah, it was. I had,
Just a tenner.
No, we found a tenner.
It
I think there was
was
a
a
tenner in the road.
It was a comp fees that done us.
And it's our first week and we're like, and she was like, I mean, we needed that money.
But
So we got through it.
We got through it.
that's a testament
Yeah.
to your relationship, for one,
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Michelle forgave me as well.
and the dance
I've
school
earned it
itself,
back. I've earned that back.
Yeah, you have.
and the dance school itself, to how resilient everyone is to why you are where you are.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's no like, oh, I hate those guys because they've won all this, or I hate
Mm.
these guys because they've got a TV show. Well, because there's certain people that do get those things because you work hard.
Yeah.
I do think that's why we've been successful because we do work really hard.
Yeah.
We also do tend to keep ourselves to ourselves a lot.
That's
We're too
Until
busy.
now,
Well, yeah.
put a
Hello,
set of headphones
everyone.
on him and a microphone,
Come
and
on.
he's like,
hearing
Yeah.
everything.
who else are going to throw under the
Yeah.
bus?
Well, I'll get there. Don't worry.
We run
Few hours.
education program. We run
Mm.
ADA 7 days a week. We've got children. Misha's got children. We're trying to do as much as we can and give all the kids as many opportunities as we can. We don't have time to
No.
worry about
Anything.
anything else, unfortunately.
No. And I think that's a
Wouldn't
real
have it any other way.
that's a really good thing as well, like for people like wondering like what's good advice in regards to as an academy and or as a program, and just keep yourself to yourself. Keep yourself in your lane. Don't worry about anyone else's lane,
And try and better yourself.
and try and better yourself. That's all you can do. There's so many people that just worry about other people and stuff. We've never done that. We've always had our own bubble. We've got friends in the industry, don't get me wrong, like really good friends, some best friends. But what we just focus on ourselves. That's all you can do. And if you do that and you better yourselves year in, year out, you know, the rewards will come.
Yeah, there are too many people in all industries that
Yeah.
worry about too many other people.
Mm.
And I've been told that about you because obviously I now have my fearless leaders, who you guys know.
Yes.
Who they say exactly the same about you. Is that's
Mm.
why they say that's what's quite funny as you said it. I
Yeah.
was like, they say exactly the same things because you keep yourself to yourself.
Mm.
People
um,
probably think we live under a rock sometimes.
Yeah,
but
Do you know, I'd rather not know gossip. I like doing what we do, and I don't want to get into it. I want to go to competitions, do amazing, see our kids up there, yeah, and then get back and go, right, how can we improve ourselves again? And you know, the events we do are amazing. You know, Future Cheer as well. Shout out Future Cheer. What?
There are other EPs available.
Oh, there are other ones. Yeah, there are other ones. But my favourite's Future Cheer. I don't care. Fine. We're allowed to say that.
it's
All right, saying
okay.
that.
Just for Dark Angels, though, right?
Just for
Just for Dark, right?
Dark
Yeah,
Angels, yeah,
right.
obviously. Well, no, everyone.
We got some other bits.
We have got other bids, and we'll get them again because we deserve them. I don't have to be nice. I don't have to. I don't have. I got to be honest with it.
You had some of my whiskey off that shelf.
No, but my point is, Future Cheer is my favourite.
Yeah,
It's fine.
they're my favourite too.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah,
They pay my
pay your
bills.
wages. But
No,
I love
they
other
did
events,
give us
but
our
like,
first bid in
they give us-
2006, and it gave us purpose every
oh
year.
my god. So
So we
without Future Cheer, we wouldn't be here today, and that's fact, and that's why I'm very outspoken about it, and that's why I don't care. We will go to other event providers.
Is that why Dark only go to FC?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Is that what?
And they'll only do FC.
Yeah.
And that's a loyalty thing.
Yeah, it's just respect for them.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? They as much to thank for our success is Charlie's creativity, because without them giving Charlie that opportunity in 2006 when we didn't have a clue what was going on, and they obviously saw something that they liked, like that started the success of our academy.
It started my path, like it started the journey, because I didn't know where I was going to go with this dance thing. So actually getting a world championship bid and be like, oh, okay, so we got to work to this every year.
Yeah.
You know, that was the start. That was the beginning.
We are lucky enough that we've got an academy that's growing, and it's not just Dark Angels now. And I think like we go to a lot more events now because we've got a lot more teams. Like,
I always thought it was Dark Angels was the academy.
Yeah,
do you know,
I know.
people still do it now.
As in, like, not the team.
No,
I just thought the name
academy.
was
Dark Angels
Dark
Academy.
yeah.
When we go
still
into
do
schools and they invoice Dark Angels, we're just like, it's
We just
done.
let it go. It's like, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
But it's fine because Dark Angels put
But,
it on the
like,
map.
we've got
So it just kind of-
Becky now doing great things with jazz and lyrical.
Yeah.
We've got
Shout out Becky Mancini.
Yeah.
Sick.
She's doing amazing. And like
Yeah. It's and these are coaches that we've nurtured and we've worked with over the years, and now, like, you know, like it's just amazing to see it grow. You know, Dark's one of 6 teams.
Are
Big
your
awards.
dancers now getting opportunities off the back of the TV show?
Yeah.
I think it's not just a TV show. I think they are just great. Like I would say, we've got a lot of teams at ADA, and majority of Dark Angels coach for us.
Yeah.
And they're amazing coaches, but they're also like massively inspirational as dancers. And they're the best at what they do.
Yeah.
So
Well, there was one thing you said to me on one of our very long, at some point, phone calls about that your dancers being paid to dance is something you always dreamt of
Huge.
doing. So the fact that you can do that for
huge
them.
achievement.
Yeah, I mean, for Dark now to get what we book jobs and stuff now, and you know, we're not going to sit here and like, it's never going to change your life money, but it's money that keeps them doing what they love to
It
do.
helps fund them doing comps.
Yeah.
And going to Florida, like it's never. What people forget, you have all the success, but they have to pay to go. Like in this industry, you pay.
Yeah.
Dark are paying subs to come and learn from Charlie, and then paying to go to competitions, paying to go out to Florida. So any job that they can get and be paid for a job, which I think they're amazing at because they are a performance team now,
Yeah.
helps all of that, and it keeps them in it. Keeps it doing. They can do it for longer because they imagine the amount of time they've got to have off from work or
Yeah.
whatever it is. Like, I just think if they can get paid a little bit, it just helps.
Yeah, it does.
And that's the same again. It goes back to that testament of probably why you're both so successful for the club, and obviously with the other owner, is that you want that for people too, which generosity can also is a
We're
nice
so
trait to have.
comfortable now. Like
Yeah.
we're 35 now. We've got 2 amazing children. We've probably ticked so many bucket lists. Like, our job now is to give it back to younger
Yeah.
generation. And
You know, it's definitely, and we've done so much together and so much as an academy. It gets to the point now of where, right, how can my dancers take it to that next level? You know, I'm not going to be doing Dark Angels forever. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to be doing it. You know, there's going to be a time where, you know, there's nothing worse than, you know, when someone hangs on to something too much, probably tries coaching for too long. You know, there's a peak to everyone, yeah, and there's a decline in everyone. I know it was the same when I was a dancer. I knew when it was time to get off the stage. You know, it was earlier than what everyone thought. So many, including you. Everyone telling me, "Go on, you got another year. You should dance. You should dance." No, it was the best thing I ever did. As soon as I stopped dancing, we started winning.
Were you choreographing and dancing as well?
Yeah.
That's
and he's
never
always
going to
done
work,
it.
is
No.
it really?
No, and it literally.
It was hard. It was hard. It was a challenge for all of us. Actually, you were miserable when we were in.
Yeah, I
Worlds.
was. Yeah, I hated it. I hated it because it was stress of yourself, stress of your team, and it was like, yeah, it just feels a massive weight on your
And
shoulders.
even more weight because you're the coach.
Yes,
So
exactly.
if you mess up, well, coach messed up.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
He can never tell me not to mess up
Mm.
again,
Yeah.
or if he didn't do something sharp enough, then
And you're not being able to see what's going on.
That never happens,
behind.
Sam.
It's never messed
Put
up.
that one out there.
sorry,
But yeah, no, it's definitely took the pressure off, and you then become a
my
better
opinion
coach
of you has
for it.
changed.
Yeah, I know. It's But yeah, no, being a coach, like stepping out and being a coach made me way more creative, way more like just being able to do more stuff. And also, like, my athletes are just, I couldn't dance with them, mate. So good. So
you
good.
could create a better
I could
visual
yeah,
and
man.
put
Also,
more tricks in.
do as I say, not as
You
I
could
do.
it.
Jeez.
Do you think that was what made you step away though? Because I know now I could go back to cheer, easy.
Yeah.
I'll go back to cheer. I won't be able to keep up.
Yeah.
Do you think? Because cheer's changed so much since I left, and I only left 2019.
Yeah.
Do you think it was that time because it was like, well, it's just progressing. It's now time for the new kids to come in.
Absolutely. It's
You
like I
couldn't
say, you
keep
have to
up.
know.
Like,
got on now.
for me, I love watching Charlie dance.
All right,
and
babe. Not here, love.
I do,
It's getting on
and I
now.
just
Gosh,
think
you're a
like
nightmare.
I was about to
You're
turn
the
the eating
best.
on as well, but maybe not.
maybe not. You are the best. Like, I think in my eyes, you're incredible at it. But like you say, you're probably great for 30 seconds.
30 seconds. You know what I mean? Story of my life. Story of my life, Sam. Hey?
But you gotta get
Unbelievable 30 seconds, mate. Let me tell you.
you gotta get that one in because he's just been throwing you under the bus the whole podcast. So
So he's great for 30 seconds,
Yeah.
but anything more than that,
Yeah,
it's
oh,
just
he's
just
done.
too much.
He's
But
Sweating like big girl. Watch your back.
but yeah, it is definitely that, isn't it? It's keeping up.
I'm done. Oh my god!
I can't believe you said that, love.
Let me compose myself. Whew. I've only just met these guys as well.
So everyone knows now that I'm good for 30 seconds
At dance.
at dance.
At dance.
Okay. But it's true. If I could get up there and do it for a bit, it's the 2 minutes 15.
Doesn't
The up,
matter.
the up and downs. Do you know what I mean?
There's no surprise you left in 2018 and you won in 19.
But I said that.
So it was you that were holding them back.
Oh, it was me. It's big fat Charlie in the middle.
Just wanting to be the main character.
Big fat
Here he
Charlie
is.
in the
Oh,
purple
yeah,
jacket.
instant.
We'll do Joker again.
Oh, you're gonna walk around making faces. There he is again. Oh, you slick your hair back. Yeah, whatever, mate. But yeah, I was
Never
holding the
doing
whole team
floor
back.
work.
No floor work from me, mate. Knees back wouldn't let me do it. But
Straight to the back.
yeah, it was me, mate. It was me that held him back. So I'm okay with that. And then we won, so it's cool.
So how many have you won altogether now?
6
altogether.
world championships. Yeah.
How many silvers?
It doesn't matter.
All right.
No, I'm joking. No, I'm joking. I know because you've won silver, haven't you? I got
Some
give
of
it.
our silvers felt better.
She's
than
gone
gold.
under the bus over there. You're now dead. I might as well be underneath it as well.
No, I think we got 4 silvers.
I'm not sure.
4. Yeah, 4. I think we got 4 silvers. Silvers really annoy me though, mate.
They are annoying. Yeah.
Oh my god,
They're horrible.
So you look at them and you're like, that was like one step away, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So this year though, before we get onto like what the path was like for the winning 4 golds
yeah,
in one competition, you on the show had the audacity to speak it first.
I know.
Where the hell does something like that come from? Because as you're about to say it, it must be a bit like,
Yeah,
You believed it.
I do believe it. Yeah,
that's what we need to say.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
about it's like I've got.
You've got to have the mindset.
You've got to have the mindset. That's the biggest thing in anything that you do, especially in competitive anything. It's mindset and like literally telling your kids, like your dancers, just being like, I always say when you join my teams, I'm like, there's a difference between joining my teams or everyone else's teams. I said everyone else's teams go to compete, we go to win, and that's my opening line for every time we talk. Now there might be other teams that go to win. That's absolute. But I truly believe when we go to Worlds, there are some teams. There was a team that one of my teams this year I didn't think would win, but I told them they're going to win all year.
Don't say the team name.
Dominion Prem.
He's on savage. He's
All right. So
He's savage.
definitely had my whiskey in it.
I'm just going there. But no. But I told them that.
They were really inexperienced this year.
Really inexperienced.
First,
But
a lot, 50% first time worlds.
and all through rehearsals, everything, it was like, it was a struggle, and they struggled. Never did a perfect performance. Never. The one perfect performance they did was in finals.
That's when you need it.
Like, do you know what I mean? Even
That
the semis
was
was
the best gold we got this year.
yeah, because I didn't think I was going to get that.
And they've gone a long time now. And
Yeah,
they've-
Prem never
they-
won it
the-
until this
The
year.
year before they got silver, well, 2019 they got silver. Prem.
Yeah.
So to get that gold with them was
Yeah,
incredible.
it was amazing. It was good.
That perfect answer straight after though is something you try and say to people, like when you said, like, because I believed it. Like that's one of the most powerful things. Like it sounds so like I'm not like it's not all guru-y and stuff, but to say I'm going to do something and have that belief that you're going to do it can push off on everybody else.
Yeah.
And actually be that one thing to why you succeed.
And it's so rewarding when you get the reward after the process is so tough.
Yeah.
So when you're like, the amount of times I'm like, if you do what I'm telling you to do, you will win.
Yeah.
If you listen to me and you take everything in and you get better at this, that, I promise you will win. But if you don't, you will not. It's as simple as that. And then when you actually win, it's like, fuck. Do you know what I mean?
You felt a lot of pressure this year.
God, jeez. I'm telling. Yeah, there was a lot of pressure. Just
because they won in 19. Charlie he didn't want it to be a one-off win.
Yeah.
You can win worlds on a fluke, by the way. Hashtag just saying.
2008.
I think you can. I think you can win it on a good year.
We won it in.
Oh, yeah. There was a lot of talk about that in the cheer world this year because there was a lot of teams that couldn't turn up or didn't turn up or this happened or they moved division because all these new divisions that keep appearing and blah blah and a lot of teams took away from their own seconds, thirds or wins or whatever by saying, "Oh," I'm like, "Why are you saying that to yourself?"
Yeah,
like, just be happy with what you've got, man.
Absolutely.
Like, but I do understand that can.
No, I'm talking and in the nicest way possible as well. If you
like
won,
England weren't about to win the Euros, that they should have done. Cause that was that fluke group of how
it worked for them. They should have won.
Yeah.
It's but like that's what I believe in. I believe that teams I've seen teams win worlds and never see them again. Oh, they've been there, but they don't even come top 10 the year after or whatever.
Yeah,
you know. I think like you can get the formula right. Japan don't. They get it right every year. You know, I want to be. That's my only. I look at. We are gonna be the Japan. That was what I say to my dancers. We're going to be that team that people get annoyed at because we win.
So again, it's that saying it though, having the audacity to speak it.
Yeah.
Like, I think Conor McGregor has a famous thing, doesn't he? Like you can think it, but if you have the audacity to say it, then that means you actually believe it.
Yeah.
Like, and like you say, even if you don't believe it, you still have to say it because then they will believe it.
Yeah.
And
you know it's there.
A lot of it in this industry is mind games with it. Like they need to have it in their head that they are able to win, otherwise they won't win.
Yeah. Who was the last team out of that fourth to go into finals?
Genesis.
And had anybody already won? Are they all already won?
So
all three, wasn't it?
Dark had already won on the Sunday.
Yeah.
So on the Monday, we had 3 more teams. We had Dominion Elite. We were all sat in first in semis.
Yeah.
So that is frightening position to be in.
Yeah.
It's actually the worst position to be in.
You can go backwards. You can't go any higher.
You can't go any higher. It is the worst. And then we had Dominion Elite backstage with Elite Awards.
But they were in Prem.
But
warm up.
some of Elite are in Prem.
Steph had to go up on the stage and get there.
I think I saw that.
me put on the Dominion outfit.
So we went.
But yeah,
But this is the mindset for them, right? This is what my dancers are like, and this way, and I don't mind like, you know, blowing smoke up their ass because they are incredible. We were backstage, and USASF or IASF found out that Summer Prem were in Elite, and Elite's awards were on, and they were sitting in first place. They found out that Prem, they were in warm up. They've gone, we'll move it for you. So Prem, the people that are in Prem could go to Elite and accept the globe and I sat them down. We're in warm up. I said, right, they can move it. They're like, no, we're in warm up now. We need to switch on. I was like, do you know what? I got goosebumps. I was like, they were like, we'll see the globe after.
Because they're like,
because they might not have won another gold.
Yeah.
That was
girls. It would have been their first
ever gold, and they didn't even go on stage to get it because they were worrying about. Now we need to do the Prem now.
Problem is though, when you're at that high level, to me as an athlete, and like think yourself, to then have to go back and get yourself ready for that mindset again.
Exactly.
That's numbing itself. That's tiring itself. So they're probably thinking, I ain't doing that again.
No.
Let's just we're in warm now.
We're here. Do it, and it was brilliant.
Give Prem the best chance they could, and by some of them coming away from their team, it would have been so damaging.
Yeah. So
we ran backstage before Prem went on with a globe.
And they're just about to go on Prem, and they will celebrate backstage.
Oh, even better. So
Yeah,
that's
it's
probably
amazing.
just how that's probably the best way to
perfect,
win it.
yeah.
They probably
Beautiful,
went on
mate.
and danced a bit better.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
they did, and they did, and it was
Because they were like, I'm a world champ.
yeah,
champ,
yeah,
champ.
yeah, yeah, exactly. It was great.
Yeah. And
So,
then our boys were up last.
Yeah, so Genesis are up, the last team of this. You've already said we're going to win 4. What did
Yeah.
you say to them? When they're already thinking about, well, we could mess up this, we're going to win 4.
So it's more about just keeping that same energy as yesterday. You know, you need to go in and, you know, yesterday was good. Let's make it better. It can always be better. There's a few mistakes on the first day. I obviously told the individuals what they needed to do. They needed to step up, and they went on and did an absolute incredible performance. They did really well the second day. First day was, second day was like they came with fire, and it was amazing to see. And yeah, just a really surreal year, really, mate. It probably, which I know will never be matched ever again, because it's
You're the first team to ever do it, right?
yeah.
Even in All-Star
Yeah.
cheer and All-Star dance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and
the chances of it happening again.
it's
are slim.
listen, and you've got to be honest with yourself. I am going back for another 4 golds. The likeliness of that happening again, come on. I mean, it ain't easy getting 1 gold. So we've even this year, even in regards to like the mindset and how we act, we've changed hotels that we usually stay in this year. We've changed everything about our year, because we need to bank that year. That's done.
Yeah.
Going back to that same hotel.
I love all that stuff though.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, and that's how we work though. So like we were like, right, we need to book again. We are not staying there. We stayed there for 9 years. But because we won 4 golds there, it's like, that's done. We cannot go back there, because when we're in our new hotel and we might not win those memories of last year, when they turn up, they're going to be going, oh, we won 4 golds. No, don't worry about that. It's done.
Yeah.
So we've got a new hotel.
You're not world champ anymore.
No, you're not. It's done. You're only,
Yeah.
you know, so that's
And some of the guys that got world champs aren't in these
they
teams.
didn't make the teams. No,
They
it's
didn't make the teams this year.
yeah,
I love that.
yeah.
They
So
run it different. So they take their world routines to comp, so Future Chair, BCA, and
Pull that
they-
forward a little bit, Steph.
Sorry.
That's right. That's right. No, you're just getting comfortable, so you're turning more and more.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. Stay turned. Just have it close
So
to you,
yeah,
that's all.
we take our world routines to Future Chair and BCA in hope to get bids for 2023. Those athletes that get those bids
then have to
don't
audition.
necessarily have a place for 2023.
So I think we lost-
Audition.
There were 6 world champions that didn't make the team this year.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's
But
crazy.
Also makes you
It's-
real excited to see. I
you-
want to see what you're working on,
Mate, you need to up it, and you know, and it was the hardest thing I had to do in regards to that, because they are great guys. They're amazing dancers. They're very good dancers, and it was hard, and it was like, you know, and it's just, you know, that creative way of thinking, right? How am I going to make this team the best team possible? And it's just being really, and you know, even very, very good dancers, that's not good enough anymore to be a part of our world's teams. You know, you need to be amazing. You need to have everything, and that's why it was hard this year. But you know, hopefully, listen. As long as we can go and put a better show on than we did last year, the trophies are great. But we know in ourselves, if we come off that stage and we know we've done a better job, that's fine. If we get beat, props to the other teams. Like, do you know what I mean? That's how we look at it. We go, if we do everything we could have done on that stage and we get beat, you go over to that team and you go, wow, fair play, you've done us. And that's how you got to look at it.
That's what I loved with Genesis. The boys swapped, didn't they?
Yeah,
Tucks and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
And then Genesis competed at nationals.
At nationals,
in those,
in it.
In their
yeah.
outfit.
Yeah.
As soon as they came out, I was like, I remember that, and I
Yeah,
was like,
so
oh,
they
that
all
wasn't theirs.
Do you know what
They all swapped. They were amazing.
the
that team.
camaraderie in the all boy division is so good. Like the lads just all. I tell you what it is, they're in an environment where usually it's really girl heavy.
Yeah, yeah.
Suddenly they're in this all boy division. All of them are lads, and I'm like, this is weird. This is different. They're not used to. So they all just love each other. It's like really, it's such a beautiful environment to be in.
Yeah, so they swapped outfits, and the American team wore Genesis outfit
For their
last
nationals.
performance.
Yeah.
And they sent over the jerseys to
Yeah.
the boys that didn't swap.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sent them to the UK, and our boys wore
War
them
at
at
nationals,
nationals.
and they look
As
good.
a bit of a head tilt.
Yeah,
to
as
them.
soon as they wore them, they come out, and I was like, I recognise them, but I don't recognise them as
Yeah,
the
yeah.
88. And then
Yeah.
I was like, oh no, it's not. It's the ones they. And I remember tapping Danielle like, they swapped with the team
Yeah,
that came
yeah.
second. Like,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
cool. I love
It
that.
was,
That's
it was
cool.
Really nice.
And that's It's the movie. It's the movie. Isn't
Is
it?
it?
The movie's gonna
I
have to
mean,
end with the 4 times,
It's gonna
and
be a
then
good
that's
movie. It has to end on 4 times. You ain't getting no better than that.
no. It's gonna be. I'm gonna make this movie. I'm making. Like in Future Cheer presents. Maybe.
Yeah, could do. Could do. Tess and Ian, come on, get on it.
We'll do it. We'll bring it to Bristol.
Yeah.
Make it big for Bristol.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't think. We'll have to think back on the actors though.
I mean,
Hey, listen, talking of Bristol, what did you make today, love?
oh, have you heard? You've seen.
What?
Don't act like you
What?
haven't seen
What
it.
haven't I seen?
You've seen it, Sam. Have you seen it?
I have seen it. Yeah.
I'm ranked 7th place for coolest person in Bristol. Probably my biggest achievement, actually. Screw the golds, right?
Yeah, but 7th.
Out of 40, mate.
Yeah, but it's not first, though, is it?
No, it's not first, but I will
Stephen
take
Merchant
that
was
shit.
Second,
Stephen
so
Merchant was second. I mean, come on, Stephen Merchant.
Who was first?
I don't know her name.
Steph.
The guy from
No, Steph Bedford.
the
Smatter.
girl,
Yeah.
the girl that's on Strictly.
The girl,
at
the
minute,
Bristol girl,
dancing
blonde
with
hair.
The other lady. Can't think what her name is.
She's number
Not
one.
sure. She's number 1.
Can't believe it. Shouldn't have
She's-
beat me.
I think she's. Yeah.
She shouldn't have beat me. I don't mind Stephen Merchant. She
7th.
shouldn't.
How is that ranked? Who works that out?
Who the hell
God
votes,
knows.
right? So is that 40? You know,
Yeah,
Ellis
that's the
Genge, the
thing.
rugby player,
Yeah.
20th. Unlucky.
He's also.
He's a
from
Wester
West.
as well. He's from my ends, yeah, but not the highest ranked Wester because that's me.
It's because you're on TV.
Well, I don't know. Don't know how many people seen it, but yeah. I think we're the only ones who watched it, mate.
It is on my thing, yeah. But I'm like, I might leave that one. I don't know.
Don't even know if anyone's seen it. We've seen it. Well, I tell you who's seen it. The person who writ top 40 coolest. Because I'm ranking it 7th.
Just one.
Steph's
weird,
brother
it's one
is a
weird-
celebrity chef, right? Dean Edwards. Shout out to Dean Edwards. He didn't even make top 40.
Get him on the podcast.
So, yeah, Dean.
Yeah.
But he didn't make top 40. Do you want to know why? Because he's not at school.
It's because some little geeky girl in a bedroom, like,
Yeah. Oh,
he's good looking, Charlie. Here goes 7th.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
So if there's someone like just not starting up, but someone who's down in the grassroots level of dance in the All-Star division, we have to keep saying All-Star because I know you guys went out and you kicked it in the hip hop, which is just a completely different gravy.
Yeah.
And where you came in, that shouldn't be put to the same as ISF as such, because it's all just scored completely different.
Completely
isn't
different,
it?
yeah.
It's like ICU and ISF
Yes, it is,
cheer.
yeah.
It's like All-Star cheer. If someone's down the bottom of All-Star cheer and they're wanting to be where you're wanting to be, what's one thing that you would say to them? Just like as in like they've got that thought of. Like I always say to people, where do you want your program to be? And they'll, I want to do this. Do you not want to win gold? Do you not want to go to Worlds?
Yeah.
Do you not want to? And they're like, no. And I'm like, why have you not even thought about that?
Yeah.
So what's one thing you would say to them?
If you're doing hip hop, take it seriously. In regards to don't just do it because you're All Star Academy, like, oh, we do pom, we do jazz, and we'll just do a little hip hop thing. It's never going to get better. If you're doing, I'm going to talk about hip hop because that's what I do. Training the styles and be prepared to lose a lot because styles take time to master. But the only way you're going to master them is putting them in your routines and trying them. Get that feedback, work on it, and then just go from there. Styles is everything in hip hop, and there's so many of them.
Amazing. Anything you would say, Steph? Anything you've seen, like from the outside, or stuff he's been through and he's throwing tantrums at home or whatever, and you think, well, maybe we shouldn't have done that, and that's something to not do?
For me, we've learned our hardest lessons going outside of our comfort zone. So don't play anything safe. That's what I would say. Do something that makes you feel uncomfortable and you'll be the best version of you, I think.
Yeah, the quickest way of learning is getting it wrong, innit?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, just go for it.
Put yourself out there.
Always say yes.
yeah.
We've done I say we. I literally do none of
Don't
them.
give me the eyes.
That
That was a weird moment
yeah,
there.
it was.
I thought
We made eye
just became
contact.
best friends.
We did. We did. Now I know you're up for that.
So we are going to be in a hotel week.
I know.
Weekend.
I look forward to it.
That's probably going to be your answer to my next question, but it's actually quite cool, actually. So I'm starting something new today with you guys here, which I should have done from the beginning of the podcast. But I don't know if you know, you've probably never listened or watched any of the podcast, but it started cheer related, the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And then I spoke to one of my friends who was a military guy, and he Grenadier Guards, he guarded the Queen and stuff like that. And I was like, I want to talk to you, and I think other people would want to know this.
Yeah.
So I spoke to him, and I was like, the podcast needs to be more. I want to just talk to people. So
Yeah.
I'm talking to you guys because I know you through the dance industry.
Mm-hmm.
but I'm talking to you because I just want to talk to awesome human beings that can maybe give people one thing that would like elevate their success or something just to go by. So I should have done it from the beginning, but I'm starting a book where I'm going to ask every guest to give me one key that they think is part of where you are today. So one key of your success. That's probably a perfect point just to finish the podcast there. But if anyone is from Bristol or your area, where can they find you guys to start dance, or if they already think they're up here to come and audition for one of your competition teams?
Our main
We're full. We're full.
Shut up, Steph. This is a question for you. I'll turn his mic off.
It's probably Angels Dance Academy Instagram. And
everyone says that nowadays.
Yeah.
Weird, isn't it?
We have got a
DM me
website,
and I'm
but
like,
none of us know how to use it, so it's so outdated.
You chuck a direct message about now and again, don't you?
Yeah.
Eh?
Or contact me. That's usually what happens.
DM Steph.
That's how I get some of my podcast guests.
Boom.
Like famous people, or I'll just DM them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Do it.
people
And if they
are
come back,
so
they come back.
responsive.
If they
Yeah.
don't, they don't. Like,
No.
Yeah, so Angels Dance Academy Instagram.
Yeah, we're
It's got everything on there.
is it like an Angels_Dance Academy, or is it
Wow.
She don't even know, mate.
Literally,
It's Angels Dance Academy.
at Angels Dance Academy?
Yeah.
There's also 88 Dark Angels. Look them up at Charlie B
Genesis have got their own.
6810.
No, not the other ones
Genesis
follow
got their
you.
own?
Yeah, I
No.
think so. Have they?
No.
Why did I get so high? I was surprised.
Yeah, you did.
I was really
No,
shocked.
unless one of the boys created it.
One of the boys
not
did it, little rats.
ADA Worlds teams, which
Yeah.
is just Worlds teams related.
That's probably what I've seen there then. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
But Angels Dance Academy is our whole academy Instagram.
yeah. But thank you for having us. We've
No,
had
thanks
a
for coming.
fantastic
Yeah, thank
time.
you.
Thanks for coming. And like the best thing you think about this podcast is we didn't really touch on everything you probably thought we were going to touch on.
No, it's
And
nice.
that's what I love.
That's good.
I
Just
touched
chatting.
2 of my questions out of these 8 I had on here.
That's cool.
Which is amazing. Thanks for spending the day with us and
Yeah.
giving me your time, really.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Remember what you just said, because I want you to be the first people to write both those
Get
quotes in this book for me. And yeah, been Coffee with Sam podcast. This has been Charlie and Steph Bedford from ADA Angels Dance Academy. We'll be back with the next episode next week.
Woo!
Peace.